Here's a question that I've never heard before. This comes from JBL Cena fan on Twitter. Hashtag Ask Nate. Scott Hall has said that he told Vince not to give you the WWF belt because you left WCW with theirs. Had you heard that story before?
No.
Has anybody ever even mentioned that, hey, this guy may be a liability if we put the belt on him since he left WCW? Or did everybody understand that was an extenuating circumstance?
I've never heard that, and everybody understood that. That was never a conversation. And if you look back in history, all Hurd had to do was write me a check,
Right.
which I ultimately got from Bill Watts. He could have had the belt. He just, was so arrogant, and ultimately, look what happened to him 3 weeks after I was gone. Yeah, he's still flipping pizzas somewhere. All I said to him, I said, hey, write me a check. I'll fly to Columbus. I'm in Charlotte. I'll drop the belt to Barry Windham, and we go. He said, fuck you. I'm sending Doug Dillinger to pick up the belt. Well, Doug's a policeman in Charlotte, my friend. I said, good. Send him all you want. It's my belt. You got 40 grand in the bank in my name from the NWA title. I got this. You want it? Pay for it, and we're all good. He gave me that same old thing, tried to bully me, and I said, well, next time you see the belt, I called Vince, and I said, FedEx, it'll be there. And the next thing you saw, 2 days later, Bobby Heenan had it on TV.
Had you actually worked that out already? Like, in terms of, you sent the belt before you really had a deal?
No, yeah, I did. I had no deal worked out with him. I just called him and said, I got fired here. Are you still interested in me? He said, hell yeah. I said, good. Well, it's me and I got somebody with me. He said, who? I said, I got the belt.
Wow.
He said, overnight it to me. So you know him, right? He ran with it. The real world champion. But that's all. I mean, it's so strange because Ted Turner, let me tell you, was a great guy. But the people that he put in charge of running that wrestling company, Jack Petrick and Jim Hurd, they didn't have a clue. I mean, and they were trying to screw me from day one. That's why Jimmy Crockett and I have never talked. They couldn't have sold the company without me. I mean, that was the deal. And Blair Schmidfelder, you can Google him, was the guy that told me that. I said, what do you mean? I had to go walk in the door and start I didn't have a contract. It expired. And they couldn't have sold the company without me. So, and Crockett never told me.
So
that's the deal.
Charlie Ross.
I mean, I could have booked myself a $3 million deal. I mean, which, that's not the way it was, but no one to go. I didn't, that's when my life started to become uncomfortable because I'm a guy that I like to just go to work. I don't like conflicts. And when business became politics, that was the most political thing I'd ever been involved in my life. And people trying to screw with you, for their own personal gain. I didn't do that, And I knew the guys were mad when I left, but, at some point in time, you got to take care of yourself. And even when I went to see Vince, I told him what I made, and he didn't have guaranteed contracts then. And I said, he said, I'll make you more. And he got up and shook my hand, and I made $130,000 more than I made the year before with WCW. So he kept his word.
Was the schedule crazier with Vince at the time than it was?
Oh, it was great. Are you kidding? People thought it was crazy. I mean, I'm traveling with, think about this now. I'm traveling with DiBiase, Kurt Hennig, the Road Warriors, the Nasty Boys, Undertaker, Davey Boy, Brett, Randy. Look at the list of guys that were there. Barry Darso. I mean, we had the best time, man. I mean, we worked our ass off. We're every day gone 40 days at a time. But, Terry Taylor, I mean, we just, we rocked it up, man. And working there was so easy because those guys were over. I mean, and I got to work in a year-long period. I worked with Bret Hart, Kurt Hennig, Randy Savage, who am I missing here? The Warrior a couple times.
Razor
But I mean,
Ramon.
huh?
Razor Ramon.
I only worked with him one time.
Oh, that tag match, yeah.
Yeah. No, we were partners. Yeah. Then I worked with him in a cage match when it fell apart. But it was easy, and we were. Oh, and I worked with Hulk too. I mean, how easy was that, right? I just had a ball. Oh, and Roddy Piper. Jeez, are you kidding? Who couldn't have a good time on that run? And the thing of it is, it was so much more professionally run than WCW at that time. I was glad to get away from it and get back into the position of being where people are professional and conduct themselves professionally. And Vince McMahon is a take no shit cowboy, man. If you worked hard for him, he took care of you. Simple as that.